Right.
Joining me in the studio is Dave Wilson from the Manx Blind Welfare Society and Bridget Le Moignan. And they are here because, Dave, you want to talk about the acoustic shooting club that the Society started a few years ago. It sounds like you've been doing pretty well recently.
Yeah, so the shooting club was an idea that we had going back to probably about 2013. Now, I'm a shooter myself, so I was naturally interested when I came across an article about shooting for the visually impaired. Initially, it sounds like that's probably not a very good idea to give someone who can't see very well a rifle, but once I started looking into it, I realised it's actually really, really good. So we had a guy from the UK came over and had a demonstration day where we invited a lot of our members to come up and to try it, just to really see if there was any interest. A lot of interest in it, so we pursued it, and the club actually started in 2014. So we are a registered rifle club in the UK with the NSRA, and we have 16 regular members, which is actually quite good for a visually impaired club. There are around about 35 in the UK now, I think, and they have membership between 2 and 30, really, I suppose. But yeah, we've been entering into there's a National Postal League competition which takes place with all the clubs in the UK. We've been entering into that for around about 2 years now. So we have 6 of our shooters that represent the island in that league. We've done extremely well. We've in the last 2 seasons we've had 2 silvers and a gold medal. So these are national shooting medals. They're not sort of chocolate things they make for us. These are the same medal that would be given to anybody who achieved to that level. And in the last season that's gone, we have had another gold medal and another silver medal, which is absolutely excellent.
You've brought one of the shooters in with you today, Bridget Le Moignan. Bridget, welcome.
Thank you very much, yes.
What attracted you to this pastime, to this pursuit?
Well, I'm partially sighted, and I regularly get a optic topic book which is sent by the Manx Blind Society, and I saw this in the book that they were going to be starting after Christmas for the acoustic rifle shooting. So I thought, yeah, I really do fancy that. So I gave Dave a ring, and he welcomed me to come on the next session. And I've been there ever since. I've been there now 4.5 years.
What do you get out of it? What do you enjoy about it?
It does work for everyone, whether it's young or middle-aged or old people, whether you're blind or partially sighted. The company is great, and we have loads of fun.
And you've brought a couple of the targets with you to show us, well, what can be done and what you can do. So take us through how it is done. How do you shoot when your sight is either not that great or non-existent?
We use earphones, and myself, I shoot on a pivot stand. But some people that are disabled, they shoot on a rigid stand. Excuse me. You get your good days, and my good days, as you've seen my cards, is 47 out of 50. And one of my worst days was 38 out of 50. But it does work how your body works, how you feel when you get there. And really, that's how it does really work for me.
I mean, if you pass me those targets, we can just show them hopefully on the camera here, and you can very clearly see the 47 where things are very, very close to the bullseye, straying into the 8 a little bit, but otherwise. And then, as you said, Bridget, the not so good day, but still very, very impressive when they're. As you're a shooter who operates with sight. I mean, how impressive is this for you, what they do?
It's incredibly impressive, and as Bridget said, it's irrelevant your level of sight. We use real air rifles that shoot real pellets. So some sports and some versions of this use electronic targets, so they don't actually fire anything. But we use a standard target air rifle that any sighted shooter would use. The level of accuracy is incredible because effectively people are shooting with their eyes closed. And that's what it is. And when you look at the scores that Bridget has just shown you there, that's incredible. We've had sighted shooters come up and try this and have just been absolutely blown away. A few years ago, we invited the police firearms team to come up. And they were beaten well, but they were very magnanimous in defeat, and they just said, "This is amazing." You know, it is a different sort of shooting, but the majority of the skill is the same, and it is incredibly accurate.
So you're listening to what it's like a tone is telling you. That's right? Is it, Bridget?
It's the tone, yes. The higher the tone or the pitch, the closer you are to the bullseye.
Do you, because I understand that your hearing's not the best either, is that a factor for you then? Some of the tones or some of the pitches, are they not so easy to distinguish? Or?
In my case, yes, because I have my own earphones, so they're a bit different to the earmuffs that are used, and it does give me a clearer pitch.
Dave, it sounds like this is something that's really, really good for people, as Bridget has said, because I think sometimes it can be difficult for people who have a disability or are differently abled. Some people can think, well, I can't do these things, and this shows that there is often a way around something, isn't there? And you can do something, maybe in a slightly different way, but you can do it.
It is. It's absolutely amazing the boost it gives to people. So, things are not going well in somebody's life. The sight is failing. Things are getting very difficult. But to be able to come along and discover, and most of the time it is a discovery, the majority of our shooters have never shot anything before, to come along and discover that you're actually good at something, it's a very unique thing. There are only a handful of shooters on the island that do this, and there are only probably a couple of hundred through the entire UK. But the self-esteem boost that gives you, it gives you something to look forward to. It gives you new friendship. Bridget's made some wonderful new friends through the shooting club. It does an awful lot, and I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Is that how you feel about it as well, Bridget?
Yes, I do. And as Dave said, I have made a lot of new friends since my husband passed away. It's something that I enjoy doing. I'd never shot a rifle before, and I'm really well into it now. And we also have a yearly competition for which we go for a shield, which is the what's his name, Dave?
Peter Stone.
Oh yeah, the Peter Stone Memorial Shield, which was given by the family as one of the shooters passed away. And that's very interesting as well. We have a night out, so it's really good.
It's a proper community, really, isn't it, then, in that case? So this all sounds very good, Dave, very positive. If anyone's heard this or seen the video or come across it in any way, been told about it, they're interested, what can they do?
Basically, just get in touch with us up at the Manx Blind Welfare. We can give you information on when the next sessions are running. Unfortunately, at the moment, because we use the one building that we have, we're only able to shoot probably once a fortnight or thereabouts. So the sessions tend to run every couple of weeks. Just basically get in touch. We'll give you information on that. Come along and try it. It's nothing to be worried about. If you've never shot anything before, it really is very straightforward. It's incredibly safe. There is a person that's with you all the time when you're shooting, and a person loads and assists you to get into the right position. If you're a wheelchair user, you have limited mobility, we can set things up to work for you. So just come and try it. You never know, it could be your next hobby.